It had been years since Flint last saw his brother, yet distance never mattered. Whenever they spoke, it felt like no time had passed at all. So when Flint learned his brother had a child, he didn't hesitate. With a fistful of dollars and the promise of family, he set out that very day. The sight that greeted him was ruin. Grief struck before thought, where the body mourns long before the mind allows it. The house was nothing but char and bone. Flames long gone, yet the coals still spat smoke. The air reeked of death, acrid and bitter. Flint stumbled through what was once the kitchen and found them, his brother and sister-in-law's bodies, blackened, broken. But it was obvious it wasn't the fire that had taken them. The bullet holes splitting their skulls told a different story. Shattered glass glittered across the floor like fallen stars. Burned flower petals crumbled under every step. That's when he noticed something clinging to the sole of his boot, a half-scorched card, only 2 words legible. And in that instant, Flint remembered why he was there. He tore through the ruins with frantic hands, searching. Hours passed as he pulled apart the bones of the second floor, beam by beam. His heart pounded with every splinter shifted, every shadow cast. At last, beneath the rubble, he found the crib. He held his breath and lifted the final beam. There lay his nephew, still as stone. Flint gathered the child into his arms, bracing himself for the worst. Then against his neck, the faintest breath stirred. The world snapped back into motion. Flint staggered to his feet, clutching the fragile life against his chest. There was no time for grief now, only survival. Flint dove into his brother's truck. His brother always had that small-town mindset, keys left in the ignition, doors rarely locked. Flint didn't know the roads, so he followed the dirt path most traveled, kicking up a storm of silt behind him. The first sign of life was a squat building on the horizon. Flint didn't hesitate. He skidded to a stop, threw the door open, and stormed inside, his voice breaking as he shouted for help. Fortunately, half of the building was an emergency clinic. Nurses rushed over to him. He spoke loud and clear, forcing the words out so no one could mistake the urgency. As the nurses reached for his nephew, Flint didn't realize that he didn't truly let go until a nurse touched his wrist gently, her voice like a hush in the chaos. Even though he'd been cradling the child loosely, his fists had locked onto the scorched blanket, clenching it as if life itself could slip away if he loosened